Chris, thanks for being here. We get questions a lot about a trust or a will, probate. Talk a little bit about who needs a trust versus who needs a will.
Yeah, well, there are tools in putting together a comprehensive estate plan. And really the question of will versus trust is really about what your goals are. And one of the most important things to understand is that a will does not avoid probate. A will gives instructions to the probate court on how to administer your estate. And a lot of people want to avoid probate because it's a court process, it's costly, and it's time consuming. So that's where we look at things other than just a will to administer a estate. That's where a trust comes in. Like a trust is kind of like a purse or a suitcase. You put things in, you're holding on to it. God forbid you pass away, you pass that suitcase on to your successor trustee, who then distributes the assets wherever they're supposed to go. So if you're looking at avoiding probate, you don't want to rely on a will. Instead, you'll focus more on a trust.
There's a myth that you have to have so much money in order to have a trust. Talk about that.
Yeah, so a lot of times in the past, people would use trusts as a way to avoid estate taxes, where if you had more than $600,000, the government could take another swipe of your assets. Now that exemption is at $24 million.
Whoa.
So most people aren't doing trusts.
That won't impact me at all.
Yeah, not yet, right? So a lot of people are looking at trusts as not as an estate tax avoidance, but as a way to avoid probate and control that distribution.
Is there a minimum amount that people need before they consider a trust?
Well, I wouldn't say that there's a minimum amount, but they need to have some assets. For example, even if you have a home and maybe $20,000 or $50,000, you want that home to avoid probate. And so that's where a trust may be the tool that we would want to utilize.
And is it very expensive to establish a trust?
I'm going to have to give you the legal answer where it depends because there's different types of trusts out there, but usually you're looking at least $1,000.
Contact your financial planner.
Exactly.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep.